Football TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Virginia, you having a hot week this week,
Virginia.
Virginia. Huh? Big clips. Finally listen to the album, Flea. Tough.
Extremely.
Tough.
Extremely.
Never.
No. I mean,
Never.
never. We're not. You could do that. You could do that.
Yeah,
you could
that's
do that.
like,
I saw you post that, and I immediately scrolled fast. I said, "Shut up, OG." I said it out loud, like, and you weren't even standing there, but I told you, "Shut up."
We could, you know. I would love for us to just one day do a listening party where we just sit up here. I know we probably can't do it because then we get flagged. That album is trash, bro. Sorry.
Nah.
Sorry. The beats is bad. The hooks is bad. Cute verses. Watch this. I guarantee you, if Flea is driving, he ain't bumping that all week. Fabian on his way to work. Okay. How many songs you bumping off? How many songs you bumping off that? It's 14. How many?
Can I go, Fabian? Can I tell him what I said to you?
No, I'm just asking how many songs. No, we got to get the show started. How many songs are you bumping off the Clipse album?
Every last one. I just told him 2 days ago that that's one of the first albums I've heard in a long time that I'm not skipping nothing. Did I just say that to you before we even spoke to OG? I told you that 2 days ago. Yo, I listened to it sonically first. I didn't even want to dive into the bars. I want to hear how this sounds. Then I spun it back to hear what he's talking about, and I'm like, oh, okay, I could rock with this. Adult contemporary rap. I could rock with this.
Good lyrics. Everything else, garbage.
So Pharrell trash. Let's just put a stamp on that before we go forward.
Yeah, them beats could have been better.
Got it.
They got tough. FICO
got
crazy. FICO was crazy. Malice went bananas. He took the Locks used to rap like that that style, that delivery, the pattern, the word pattern, however they say, because y'all know it was fire, man. Our
ears getting fucked up by the bullshit that's running around out here. Soon as some live shit, soon as some shit that used to resonate with our souls hits our ears, we don't even know how to compute the shit now because there's so much bullshit running around. Like, it's insane.
And then my only problem with like the 2000s rappers was that like I felt like we kind of heard the best version of that in the 90s with Big and Jay-Z. But you know, every era, like to me, the 90s rappers copied the 80s rappers, the 2000s copied the 90s. And then being from Virginia, it was different. And just the grind and shit changed it. Like I never thought they were on Locks level, but Push is nice. I was never a super fan, but what, you know, for him to switch his flow up a little bit, I like that. I think he was show different flows with next to his brother this time. For Malice to still be able to rap like that, we like a lot of these guys can't rap in 20 years. It's just like I'm not the Nas joint I didn't care for. That wasn't, I heard him spit better on one of those King's Disease, you know, but nah, it's dope, man. It's dope. And finally we got like everything about it was old school for us because they finally did an interview. They went to this department, went to this interview, went to that radio station. They sat down with the podcast. Now they kept it relevant. So I think the whole thing about it, just to be quality, like the fact that they're giving an effort too, and it was good. So that's the combination of it that, at least for me, just being on the first couple listens, like if you don't like the song, the FICO song, ALLBALL, then you're not gonna like the album because the FICO song that's bananas. That shit is tough. Everything else, you know, I usually find my favorite song on the album and then try to go back and listen to it, like, you know, as the build up. But I just appreciate them at least delivering on the hype, because a lot of people really wasn't, you know, like, yo, what's up with this simple rappers, this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, all right, but let's hit a rap. There's a lot of hype, and then, you know, they delivered. I don't expect them to have a hit record. It's not their style, but they did what it sounded like. I don't know if you went into the Clipse mixtapes back in the day. I wasn't a super fan, but they had a nice mixtape run. The God of a Cheat run was dope. All right.
I'm ready to start. I'm ready to start the show. I'm not listening. I have nothing against the Clips. I actually fuck with the Clips. They first couple albums, but I'm just saying for me, this right here, the way people went berserk, I listened to it twice.
So
I don't know argue with my.
You mad people go berserk, or you don't like the rap?
No, I just think the way people perceives it, I listened to it twice, like you, sonically, and I don't feel like arguing with my brother Flea right now. I'll argue with him behind the scenes. Baby, get the show started. Because
Nah,
this should be
people
a
say
whole
they
hour.
love. Nah, they love. We got a couple minutes because they said they love the whole. Like some people,
Shit.
yo, the comments was jumping on the last time we were talking about rap. So and look, they going into it now. They say
Well,
nah, spaz. Like that's not. See, this is my problem too. Like when Jay-Z dropped that last verse, the whole did shit. I'm just like everyone's like, that's the top 100. No, it's not. That shit ain't nowhere near. Jay-Z has 300 verses better than that. So when you say nah spaz, I'm like, do you understand what Nas spazzing is? We love Nas. We know what Nas in his prime is. That's not Nas spazzing. That is not Nas spazzing. That should have could been left off the album. In all sincerity, no disrespect. Like Nas,
it was a good verse. It's not
it was
bad.
cool.
It was a good
Nah,
verse.
not for the guest legendary feature who's still relevant in his own way. Nah, not for that.
yeah,
For me.
but you see how you say that, and I disagree with you. Same thing. I didn't like the Clips album. Like I said, I have nothing personally against them. I actually like them as a group. They not in my top 10 as far as favorite groups, but they definitely don't.
Hold on. Stay right there. I heard that before. So can you name 10?
Name 10 what?
Duos.
Better than the Clips? Or just name
no, his
duos?
favorite. His favorite.
Oh,
Mobb
okay.
Deep.
Okay.
Bro, that's too easy, bro.
EPMD.
It's too easy, bro. You got Wu-Tang, you got NWA, you got Run DMC. It's too easy, bro. Come on, you got Outkast, you got the Locks. Bro, it's too easy, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not even I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing just but like I said, I like the Clips. I just feel it's almost like the movie Sinners. People go berserk, and then when you watch it, and you know what, I gotta take my brother Flea's advice. I listen to it again. But for me, I listened to it twice today, and I'm like, okay, some dope verses, some dope lyrics, which you could never take away from them. But for me, I get a breath of fresh air. I don't listen to none of this new shit, Flea, to be honest with you. So I don't get like that shit don't catch me. Like all I don't want to name them rappers because we be here all night.
All day.
Whether it's female or male. I don't listen to none of that shit. So that shit doesn't warp my brain. Like I said.
But you understood exactly what I meant, though, OG. But like, there's a lot of us out here today that like,
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
But for me, when we talk about 14 songs and we talk about a classic album, now do they have some classic verses on there? I give you that. But when we talk about classic album, I think Pharrell could have did better with the beats. Some of the ways that the songs were structured, I didn't like it. Like I said, a lot of them didn't have super dope hooks. Just for me, it just wasn't dope enough. And for what people are making it out to be. Like I said, I see it on all the platforms, all the dissonant tracks. I don't care about none of that. When I listen to the music, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't hit me like that. And how Fabian feels about that Jay-Z verse, that we can say the same thing when that song first came out. With Malice really did kill that verse. The first song we heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's cool, but it's not. To me, it doesn't take them over the hump. I don't think it was all that. Let me just be honest. I don't think it was all that at all.
There's other guys that are usually involved, right? When we say Pharrell, Chad is usually involved, and him and Chad got something going on right now. So the Neptunes are not doing it together. Pharrell is extremely talented, but he would even tell you that the Neptunes as a whole is a way different sound, right? And so same thing for Ye. We could say whatever we want about Kanye West, but in terms of producing a song, Push got away from him, and for his own good, of course. But if we're talking about the music, if you don't have a full Neptunes and Kanye West on your app, the beats may sound way different. I thought sonically I liked it, but had it been Neptunes and Ye collaborative making that happen, it might have gone through the roof, right? Who knows? But I can feel what you're saying. Definitely can feel what you're saying.
Like for me, nothing on there is better than grinding. I'm sorry, and I have a problem when that. Hold on, Flea. That's my opinion. You can respond. I have a problem with a song 20 years ago is still better than your whole album. I'm sorry. Like we can go to the whole first album and go, okay, this song was the best song on there, but then it's so many others. So for me, it's just like I said, I like the Clipse. I have nothing against them. I just think the album was trash. I'm just being honest with y'all.
That's such a horrible analogy because ain't none of your favorites putting out nothing from that's beating what they did 20 years ago.
Grind, that's what I'm there.
That's just that's Neptunes in their prime. That's them when they first came out. None of these guys got anything from 20 years ago. They just don't. But I think that's part of the problem, that the way the social media hype does things, like, and it started with the Source magazine, 5 mics, and calling things a classic. I think we were calling things classic that are not classics, and that's a whole other subject. Like a lot of albums that people call classic, I'm like, that's not a classic. A classic is beginning to end. It's just there's a feeling to it. It feels like a movie to me. Like,
could you just give me an example of one that you're referring to right
now? Doggy Style is a classic.
No, what is considered a classic that you don't think is a classic? I just wanted to see where you were gauging classic and not.
Ready to Die.
Okay.
I don't think Ready to Die, I'm listening beginning to end. There's songs that I skip, and it's just there's no real feel from beginning to end. You could tell that these songs were made at this time. Biggie got better. He changed his whole flow, and then he changed the direction of the album. I can tell. But Life After Death, beginning to end, is like a movie.
Yeah,
it's a movie. The production was different. The effort was different, and people will disagree because he has really good songs on it, and it's Biggie. But I don't think that like when I listen to him, like clearly they copy Dre, they copy Ice Cube because they try to put the interludes and all that. But to me, nah, it just wasn't a classic. Like the way they make it sound, like I'm like, it didn't feel like the same album from beginning to end. It felt like they had different sounds, and it's a tough thing to do. But going back to the point, if you going into it thinking this is a classic, I never expected the Neptunes to the Clipse to ever drop a classic. I don't think they have a classic, but I'm going into it thinking they are throwback dudes, and
they first album is kind of close to classic, bro.
I don't think it's a classic. I think it's good.
It's good. Classic. It's good.
Like, better than this one.
Lord Willing, I think is a track that we don't give enough credit to, and just how Malice destroys that song. Obviously grind. And when you brought up grinding, OG, I feel like grinding is just forget Clipse. There's a lot of other songs that can't stand the test of time with grinding, right? Not just Clipse catalog, but a lot of catalog, you know what I'm saying, that we look at. It's like that song 20 years ago, wherever you was, or 25 years ago rather, whatever you was doing, wherever you was at, you remember. Like that's my kind of childhood, right? Junior high school, going into high school, I'm banging the desk. We making that beat, in the cafeteria, on the bus, in the back of the bus with the bitches. You know what I'm saying? We doing that. So it's that's a grinding is a different track, man. That might be a top 10, 20 song for the last 25 years. Just up there, like in terms of holding the test of time. If you hear it, you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna vibe, you're not gonna be able to turn that shit off. Maybe, I don't know.
It could start the argument.
That's fine.
It earned the right to start the argument. I'll give you that. All TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.